Good morning to all of you students of class 10. I am going to start the next topic of your chapter 2 physics, magnetic effect of electric current from the domestic electric circuit. You should know what is a domestic electric circuit. The circuit or the current which we are just placed or fitted in our homes is called domestic electric circuit. So we receive an electric supply through the main support through the poles or the cables. So these are the cable wires or the poles which are the main supporter through which we are getting the electric supply is actually known as the electric circuit, which is called domestic electric circuit. In our houses we receive AC electrical power of 220 volt with a frequency of 50 Hz. So you should know about it, that how much electric power we are getting and what is the frequency of AC electrical power. There are total 3 wires which are follows: live wire, neutral wire and earth wire. Live wire you can see with the insulated the red plastic coating which shows us the positive terminal. A neutral wire is also there which is coating with the black insulated wire plastic coating, that is a negative, and an earth wire which is green insulated plastic coating wire which is used for a safety device. As a safety device it is used to measure ensure that any leakage of current to a metallic body does not give any serious shock to an user. So we should know about the electric circuit. If there is any leakage of current to the metallic body, it is very dangerous because it is made some of the dangerous situation. First of this is known as the short circuit. As you already heard about it, that what is short circuit? It is caused by the touching of live wire and a neutral wire, and suddenly if it will be a large current flows. It happens due to the damage of a PF insulator in the power lines and a fault of an electric appliances. Another thing is there, overloading. So overloading of an electric circuit is very dangerous, and then overheating is also there of an electric wire in any circuit due to the flow of large current through it is called overloading of an electric circuit. A certain large amount of current flows through the wire which causes an overheating of a wire, and it may causes fire also. You may heard or you have listened this. So we are using some of that safety device. In a short circuit take place when the live wire comes in the direct contact with an internal neutral wire, and here it is given that electric fuse. So this electric fuse is a protective device which is used for protecting the circuit from short circuiting and overloading. It is a piece of thin wire of a material having a low melting point and high resistance. So costly the electrical appliances like television, refrigerator having a fuse instead of the equipments. Electrical fuse is a safety device which protects the circuit and electric appliances from damage due to the high current. Any electric fuse works on the principle of heating effect of current. It is made up of wire of an alloy of tin and lead, 63% tin and 37% lead. It is a low melting point. When it is rating, current flows in the wire, the fuse wire remains connected and the current flows. But if the current more than the rated current flows, the heat produces in the fuse wire is enough to melt it. Like the fuse is always connected to the live wire. Fuse is always connected in the series to the electric circuit. Fuse is always connected to the beginning of an electric current, and fuse works on the heating effect of electric current. You can see that a structure of a fuse wire. There is a metallic cap, there is a fuse wire, there is a glass tube and a metal cap in both sides. A fuse for an electrical appliances. Nowadays miniature circuit breaker MCB are also used as a protective devices. When large current flows in the circuit, the miniature circuit breaks puts of the relative lever which cut off the electric supply. An electric fuse should be replaced only after resetting the fault. A fuse is a protective device which is used in the electric circuit in the time of overloading and short circuit. Overloading is caused when the neutral and live wire comes in a contact due to damage of insulators. In the time of overloading, the current in the circuit increases in a very short time and become hazardous. Joule's heating effect or resistivity or ohmic heating effect of passes current in the fuse device melt the circuit and break the flow of current, hence we are safe. Here it is given that how the fuse wire is connected in the circuit. There is a power supply, there is a fuse which is connected in the series, there is switch and an overloaded bulb is there. Whenever there is an overloaded bulb blown, you can see that there is a wire which is get melted. Due to that melted, the flow of the current stop, or the breaker put off the relevant lever and it cut off the electrical supply. We use the domestic electric circuits like live wire has a voltage of 220 volt and it is covered with a red insulation. Earth wire has a voltage of 0 same as the earth and it covered with a green insulator. Likewise, the neutral wire has a black insulation. In our homes or houses, we receive AC electrical power of 220 volt with a frequency of 50 Hz. It should be learned 50 Hz frequency AC electrical power we got. Here you can see that how the electric wires are connected to each other. Earth wire is there, live wire is there, neutral wire is there. So earth wire is insulated with a green plastic coating, whereas the live wire is coated with a red and neutral wire with a black insulated plastic wire, and these are connected with the electricity board fuse, electricity meter board, and then distribution box of the containing main switches and the fuse in our homes. And the potential difference among each other is 220 volt. There should be some power loss in transmission also. Power losses in transmission line over long distances occur due to the Joule's heating, and this heat is released and causes the loss of a line resistance, which is represented by a formula H directly proportional to I square and R. Here the class chapter is over, so I am going to discuss some of the NCERT text question. Question number 1 is, why does the compass needle get deflected when brought near the bar magnet? It is very simple to say that a compass having a needle made up of magnet, and when it is brought near the bar magnet, it gets deflected due to the similar poles are repelled to each other and unlike poles are attracted to each other. Due to repulsion and attraction, there is a deflection in the compass needle we have to observe. So, a compass needle is a small bar magnet with a north and south pole. The compass needle deflects due to the repulsion or attraction with a bar magnet. Draw the magnetic field lines around the bar magnet. You have to draw a bar magnet by showing the two poles, north pole and south pole. You have to show the lines which are emerged from north and it will be merged to the south. Again, it will be parallel to the north and south at the middle of the bar magnet. Likewise, you have to draw the magnetic field lines around a bar magnet. Question number 3 is that list the property of magnetic field line of forces. The properties of magnetic field line of forces are: number 1, magnetic field lines travel from north pole of a magnet towards the south pole and outside the magnet from south pole to north pole inside the magnet. Number 2, the strength of the magnet or the magnetic field lines is given how close the field lines are there. If they are very close, then the magnet is very strong, or it shows the magnetic is stronger than others. Number 3, no two magnetic field lines are ever intersect to each other. So it said that two magnetic field lines having the similar property never intersect to each other, never cross the lines. Why don't two magnetic lines of force intersect each other? Two magnetic field lines never intersect each other, as an intersection of magnetic field lines means the magnetic field at that point has two directions, which are not possible because resultant force on the pole, like north and south, at any point can only be in one direction. Another question is there. Consider a circular loop of a wire lying in a plane of a table. Let the current pass through the loop clockwise. Apply the right hand rule to find out the direction of a magnetic field inside and outside the loop. So we have to write or explain about the right hand rule first of all. The right hand rule shows us that the thumb shows upward in direction and the forefinger, which are enclosed to each other, in the anti-clockwise direction, showing the magnetic field line. Similarly, if we will make a plane of a table and we consider a magnetic or circular loop wire lying in the plane of a table, it shows that a right hand thumb rule in a upward in direction, forming or producing a concentric anti-clockwise direction magnetic field lines, whereas when it will come back, a direction change will be there. The current flows downward in direction. The magnetic field line producing a straight current carrying wire will be the clockwise in direction, forming the concentric circles to each other. The magnetic field in the given region are uniform. How to draw and represent it? A magnetic field in the given region is uniform, can be represented by showing parallel lines at the equidistance. That means the distance should be equal to each other. Next question is there. Choose the magnetic field inside the long straight solenoid current. Can be a 0, it can be decreases as we move towards its end, increases as we move towards its end, or is the same at all the points. The answer will be it is the same at all points. Question number 8. Which of the following property of a portion can change while it moves freely in the magnetic field? There may be more than one correct answer. So the options are A. Mass, number 2. Speed, number 3. Velocity, number 4. Momentum. The answer will be the velocity and momentum. In the book activity 13.7 is given, how do we think the displacement of a rod AB will be affected? If number 1, current is rod AB is increased, number 2, a stronger horseshoe magnet is used, or number 3, the length of the rod AB is increased. So it is said that if the current rod AB is increased, the displacement will be also increased. Number 2, if a stronger horseshoe magnet is used, then the displacement of the rod AB will be increased. And number 3, if the length of a rod AB increases, it will be force acting on which it will decreases or increases, the displacement of rod also increases. Next question, a positive charge particle like alpha particle projected towards the west and deflected towards the north. Again I have to repeat, a positive charge particle which is a alpha particle projected towards the west is deflected towards north by a magnetic field. Then the direction of magnetic field is number 1 towards south, number 2 towards east, number 3 downward in direction, or D upward in direction. So the answer will be downward in direction. State Fleming's left hand rule. According to this rule, stretch the thumb, forefinger and the middle finger of the left hand such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. If the middle finger points in the direction of magnetic field, the forefinger points in the direction of flow of current, and the thumb points in the direction of motion, then we can say that the force is acting on the conductor. Next question. Then, the principle of an electric motor is based on the Fleming's left hand rule. A current carrying conductor experiences a force when placed in the magnetic field. Question number 13. What is the role of split ring in the electric motor? In the electric motor, the split rings act as a commutator. Split ring is connected to the ends of a coil and the direction of the current flowing in the motor coils reverse after every half turn. It results in the continuous rotation of the coil and the ends. Question number 14. Explain different ways to induce current in the coil. We can induce current in the coil by moving a coil in the magnetic field or by changing the magnetic field around it. Number 2, by increase the number of coils and induce current value can be increased. Question number 15. State the principle of an electric generator. In an electric generator, the mechanical energy is used to rotate a conductor in a magnetic field which is produce electricity by using the Fleming's right-hand rule, where the motion and magnetic field is given and the current is induced. Okay, next question. Name some sources of direct current. Dynamo and the battery cells are the sources of direct current. Question number 17. Which sources produce alternating current? Dynamo or generators with split ring type commutator? Choose the correct option. A rectangular coil of a copper wire is rotated in the magnetic field. The direction of the induced current changes one of the each. Number A, 2 revolutions. Number B, 1 revolution. Number C, half revolution. Or number D, 1/4 revolution. The answer will be half revolution. Name 2 safety measures commonly used in the electric circuit and appliances. Number 1, we can use earthing wire for metallic body or electrical appliances, and number 2, we can use miniature circuit breaker MCBs like fuse. Question number 20. An electric oven of 2 kilowatt power rating is operated in a domestic electric circuit 220 volt that has a current rating of 5 amperes. What result do you expect? Explain. We know that there is a power rating of 2 kilowatt. We had to convert it into watt by multiply to 1000. So 1000 into 2 will be 2000 watt of power. Potential difference or voltage 220 volt. We know that power equal to the product of potential difference and current. Current is given 5 amperes, which is multiplied with a 2000 volt. It is known as 220 into 5 into 2000 volt, which is not equal to 1100. Here's the power and the value is not same. It means that the current required for the oven is more than 5 ampere that the circuit can be supplied. Hence, due to overloading, the circuit can break or catch fire. What precautions should we take to avoid the overloading of a domestic electric circuit? To avoid the overloading, following precautions should be taken. Number 1, 2 separate circuits should be used. One of 5 ampere current and other 15 ampere. Number 2, for both 5 ampere and 15 ampere circuits, fuse should be installed. Number 3, parallel circuits should be used. Number 4, never use too many electrical appliances at one point. Another questions from the NCERT textbooks are given. Number 1, which of the following correctly describe the magnetic field near a long straight wire? Number A, the field consisting of straight line perpendicular to the wire. Number B, the field consists of straight line parallel to the wire. Number C, the field consists of a radial lines of originated from the wire. Or number D, the field consists of concentric circles centered on the wire. The answer will be the field consists of concentric circles entered on the wire. Question number 2. The phenomenon of electromagnetic induction is number A, process of charging a body, or number B, the process of generating magnetic field due to a current passing through a coil, or number C, producing the induced current in a coil due to relative motion between the magnet and the coil, or number D, the process of rotating a coil of an electric motor. The answer of electromagnetic induction is the process of rotating a coil of an electric motor. Question number 3. The device used for producing electric current is called generator. Number B, galvanometer. Number C, ammeter. Or number D, motor. So the device which is used for producing electric circuit or electric current is called generators. Question number 4. The essential difference between AC generator and DC generator is that. Number 1. AC generator has an electromagnet while a DC generator has permanent magnet. Number B, DC generator will generate a higher voltage. Number C, AC generator will generate a higher voltage. Number D, AC generator has a split rings while the DC generator has a commutator. So the answer D, AC generator has a split rings while the DC generator has a commutator. Question number 5. At the time of short circuit, the current in the circuit are number 1, reduce substantially. Number B, does not change. Number C, increase heavily. Or number D, vary continuously. The answer is C, increases heavily. Question number 6. State whether the following statements are true or false. A. An electric motor converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Number B. An electrical generators work on principle for electromagnetic induction. Number C. The field at the center of a long circular wire or coil carrying conductor will be parallel straight line. Or number D. A wire with a green insulation is usually the live wire of an electric supply. The answer will be false. A. So we can say that an electric motor converts mechanical energy into electrical energy is a false. Number B, electric generator works on principle of electromagnetic induction is true. Number C, the field at the center of a long circular coil carrying current will be parallel straight lines is a true. And number D, a wire which with a green insulation is usually the live wire of an electric supply, false. Okay, next one. List 2 methods of producing magnetic field. We can produce magnetic field by the following methods. Number 1, any bar magnet, horseshoe magnet or round magnet can be used. Number 2, a wire carrying current produces a field around it. Number 3, a loop or solenoid carrying current. Okay students, up to here it is over. We will discuss a new topic in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.